Natasha Christensen from Minneapolis, Minnesota. I have Linda, a 6-year-old, and Zaheem, a 7-year-old. Both of the kids have a chromosome deletion of 13.1, and the side effects are autism, schizophrenia, learning disabilities, ADHD, emotional dysregulation, cognitive problems. Zaheem was receiving case management through St. David's, and they seen the behavior of Linda, and then that's when they made another referral.
Linda was struggling across settings. She was struggling in the community, she was struggling at home, and when she entered our space, she was a flurry.
For me, it meant a lot because I didn't know too much about mental health.
Mom is a brave, courageous person who was willing to be vulnerable, who was willing to show up time and time again. She allowed space for us to come alongside her, and we could pull in the resources. I think like most parents, there's apprehension. There's a level of vulnerability that takes place when you are seeking out services for your kids. It's a really hard spot to be in.
I don't know where I would be without St. David's because they take the whole family up under. Everybody down here at St. David's knows us, and they know like what each one of my kids are capable of, what they like, what they don't like.
Oftentimes I call myself as a therapist a sifter. People only see a certain level or a certain framework, and part of my job is to sift and look beyond the behaviors and what's underneath it. And as we started sifting through her behaviors and her functioning, we started to see the innate qualities of Linda, and they started to bubble and emerge through.
In 2020, we were living with my dad. 3 years later, he ended up dying from the emphysema, and Linda was really attached to him.
And death is hard for anyone, but this was a significant loss. She was so connected to him. And so she came in that day, I acknowledged what had happened, and she starts gathering materials in my office. And she gathers characters, and then she gathers my bowl. And my bowl is 2 hands put together. And as she grabs the bowl, she empties the contents, grabs the characters, and begins to play. And she plays silently. And so for a period of time, she's playing, and then she says, "I'm done now." She gets up, and as she's walking out, she looks at me and she says, "Mel." And I say, "What, Linda?" She says, "Take care of them." And I wasn't sure who she was referring to, but I said, "Okay." And she leaves. And so I start putting back my room, cleaning things up, and then I paused. And there on my desk were the hands. And in the hands were carefully placed figures, a grandfather and a child. So what was she saying to me? Play is the modality through which kids express themselves. And in that moment, without words, she was saying, take care of my grandpa and take care of me. We are, as therapists and in this profession, we are holders. We are holders of experience. We are holders of emotions. We are holders of vulnerability. And we are holders of those raw moments of humanity. And so in that moment, she said, hold my humanity, hold my vulnerability, hold my profound sense of grief. And she knew that we could do that.